Hi, I'm Jeffery Weissman. I played George McFly in Back to the Future 2 and 3, co-starred in Twilight Zone movie and Pale Rider, a bunch of TV shows, and you're watching Reality Check TV.
Reality Check TV, Sacramento. It's time for the Reality Check.
Hi, this is Ed and Hugh from Reality Check TV, and we're here in Sacramento today with Jeffery Weissman of Back to the Future 2 and 3 fame, and we're super excited to have him on. We just want to say hi, and maybe you can tell us a little bit what you have going on currently, and tell us about Sacramento and what you have experienced here.
I'll tell you everything.
Tell us everything.
Sure. Well, let's see. I was born at a very early age, and I'm here just thrilled to be back in Sacramento. I've done a few shows here. The Intergalactic Expo has me out at their shows once in a while. I love that show because it's a charity. It raises money for good causes. And I'm always about a good cause. You know, having worked with Michael J. Fox playing his dad in 2 and 3, and he's such a great guy. I do whatever I can when I can to raise money for Parkinson's. I produced a Back to the Future themed cruise that I had 6 of the cast and crew on. And we raised about 10 grand on that. It's kind of a big ticket fundraiser, so I was just happy we made any money.
Right.
But at London Film and Comic Con a couple years ago for the 30th anniversary, we had 11 of the cast members out to that.
Wow.
And shortly before that show, at the Gallifrey One, the Doctor Who show, the owner of that show came up to me and said, "Jeffrey, we love having you, but how do I get Tom Wilson and Michael J. Fox in my show?" I said, "Well, Tom hasn't been doing shows for one reason or another for many years, and he just started this year for the first time in 15 years or more. And then with Michael, I said, and I'll tell Tom how well you've treated me. Hopefully that worked. And then with Michael, I said, make it a charity. Make it about his charity. You know, throw 5 or 6 figures his way, and it worked. We got Michael there. Gibson donated a beautiful guitar that all the cast members signed, and we auctioned it off for 20 grand. And all that money went to the charity, the Parkinson's Foundation. And so I try to give a cut of whatever I take to Parkinson's every year, a little tax deduction. It works. Yeah. And so tell me about yourself.
I am single, almost 40, looking for a...
God, your mother must be really upset with you. What's the matter with you? Hey, can you hook this guy up? But,
we're having a good time here in Sacramento.
He's eligible.
I'm eligible.
All you bear lovers out there, look at this beard. Something to hang on to.
The girls do love it, by the way. But we want to just say hi and introduce ourselves. And do you have any questions?
Well, I'm really intrigued by all the charity stuff that you're doing. I think it's really great, and it's really great to utilize the fact that you were in the all the Back to the Future stuff in order to increase awareness of the charity work that you're doing, and that's wonderful stuff. You know, it's really we meet a lot of people who are, actors, actresses who have been in the sci-fi world, and they tend to do a lot of charity work, either promoting off their fame from the sci-fi stuff that they've done, or just on their own. So it's really cool.
It's something that I don't have a lot of power. My celebrity isn't that huge, but when I can, I will. Example. Wendy Jo Sperber, who played Linda McFly, my daughter in Part 2 and 3, and Crispin's George's in the first film. She unfortunately has left us from breast cancer, but she founded We Spark, which is a cancer support center, and started doing her charity fundraiser golf tournament down in Santa Barbara, and that was really cool. And since you're in San Francisco,
Yes.
I got to plug a show. I'm growing my beard right now because I'm playing the role of Perry that Robin Williams played in The Fisher King. And there's a poster up there if you want to get a close-up.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to open at the Magic Theater at Fort Mason.
Oh, I know the Magic. Yeah, we've done stuff there before. Sure. Yeah.
So we'll be there the second week of September, only doing 5 performances. And the profits from that are going to various charities, helping the homeless and hopefully some of Robin's favorite charities.
Yeah. We've been doing a charity that will help promote not only the fact that they renamed the tunnel going to Marin, but also Sharon Meadow in Golden Gate Park, where we do Comedy Day every year. we're trying to get that renamed as Robin Williams Meadow.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
great. I'm good friends with Rick Overton.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Yeah.
good close buddy of Robin's and wonderful comedian. Check him out. He's on a new TV series. It's hot up here. It's hard up. Showtime series. What's it called? I'm dying up here.
Oh, that one.
I'm dying
yeah,
up
yeah.
here. Yeah. Buddy
That's
Rick.
the Seinfeld one, right?
Is Seinfeld in that?
I think so.
There's a lot of stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
I don't have Showtime. I'm sorry to say it, but I know he's on it. Rick's a great guy. So I'm, gosh, I got pictures here, pictures galore, behind the scenes pile, young George, old George. A lot of people don't know that I played in part 2 of Back to the Future, George age 17 and 77, and then part 3 I played George age 47. So if you look at this here, they couldn't. Crispin made a lot of demands. He wanted $1 million. At one time I heard the same money as Michael J. Fox. Script approval, blah, blah, blah. It was kind of a pain on the first film, too. So they found me, and I was originally told I was up for being a photo double or stand-in. And in my mind, I figured they needed George at 2 places at the same time or something like this. They used Kevin for Michael J. Fox when Michael was, as Marty is on the catwalk crawling above him playing guitar, or he would switch with Kevin, and so I figured. So I was wrong. I realized just before going on to shoot that Crispin was out and that I was playing George. I couldn't fathom how were they going to do this. But it was with the makeup. They had a mold of Crispin's face, so they made prosthetics to, put them on me and make me resemble him. So as you can see, they did pretty well there. You can get a close up of this one. I can't. There we are. Here's this one. So to get into this makeup or the old George makeup, let's see. I got a nice silly shot of the old George makeup. It would take 3.5, 4 hours a day just to get into the makeup, and then another hour to take it off at the end of the day.
So when you were acting, were you doing Crispin doing that part, or were you just doing the part?
It was, well, Crispin's such a brilliant actor. I mean, he's really intriguing and compelling, and so he did great work, and all I had to do basically was recreate, knocking Biff out and kissing Lorraine on the dance floor as young George. And then the new stuff was, he was minimalized. So the first film was George's story, really. The second one was Marty's story, and the third one is Doc Brown's story. So Crispin's, not needed so much. That's probably why they thought, well, they can get away with not using him. I don't know. So they minimalized George's participation, hung me upside down, which I think was torture that was meant for Crispin. At least some of the crew guys told me that. And then, when it was young George, kind of out of focus or real quick shots, and if you go back and freeze frame, you go, wow, the makeup looks strange. But I have to say 35-40% of the people that I meet who are Back to the Future fans still don't know that it was a different George in part 2. A lot of and 3.
Well, you are revealing that to the fans now.
And it's all about the fans. It really is. I was happy to be a part of these films that have helped continue the stories and help it make it's over $1 billion now worldwide. It's grossed. Not that I see much of that.
You don't? I thought you were going to buy us lunch or something. You told us that.
I can get you in the green room. I think we have buffalo wings and macaroni and cheese.
Well, that's what you get, right? Yeah. That's what I love, so.
But I'm still working as an actor. I get this international fame because everyone knows these films.
Sure.
And I co-starred in a film with Clint Eastwood called Pale Rider.
Oh, yeah, right. They were saying that.
And I'm here in Sacramento. This is my 11th year going back to the Polar Express down at the Railroad Museum.
Yep.
I have played the hobo that lives on the top of the train. So come visit me there.
On top of the train?
Yeah.
Well, it's moving.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 16 years at Juilliard to learn how to do that.
There you go, yeah. It's all about the balance.
I know we need to wrap up, so let me just say that if you're not here at the show, you're a loser. Come on. Should have come down here. I could give you a kiss and a hug and a pinch. Anyway, thank you for having me on your show.
Well, thank you for being
so
on the
much.
show.